Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning in, liking, subscribing. Happy 2024, or is it? People came into 2024 hot. If you've been living under a rock, you probably don't know that Katt Williams has set the world on fire. As a comedian, I am privy to some of the secrets, green rooms, comedy rooms, hanging out at the back of a comedy club and talking shit and smoking some weed. You'll be surprised at things that you hear. After a while, you start to discern what's true, what's not. Most of it's bullshit. A lot of it's not. I do take great pride in the fact that people, civilians, as we call you, are under this impression that we give a fuck about what you think. It's actually very funny. We don't care. We don't care. We're part of a fraternity that is as dismissive as it is inclusive. When I say that, I mean we're happy that you relate to the comedy lifestyle, that you feel so in tune with a character or an entity or a comedian that you feel like you're a part of this conversation. You are not. You are not. This is what you call a class. This is Comedy 101. Your professor is Katt Williams. There is no business like show business. People take that phrase for granted. But literally, there is no business like show business. The things that come with it, the promises, the lack thereof. Everybody's always working on something. Oh, I got a lot of paddles in the water. You know, I got something in the works. Everybody's full of shit, man. I'm learning quickly, and I'm low level. I'm low level. Let's not be crazy. I tour nationally. I've opened up for some really big guys, but I'm not consistently headlining like I want to. That's the goal. An hour-long special every night of your life, making $5,000 to $7,000 a show. Yes, that's the jam. That's what you want. I'm not there yet. I'm opening up for big guys like Michael Collier, Don D.C. Curry, Earthquake. But I'm doing 20, 30 minutes, nothing crazy. And even still, in that world, in that small pocket of entertainment, there is still no business like show business. When I go to LA, my first LA trip was crazy. I just, everybody was feeling me. Somebody wanted to sign me, so on and so forth. That shit is short-lived, man. People are out here to get you. And the people that do really think I'm funny out in LA, they don't give a fuck about me. They care about the product. They care about what I can offer. No one factors into their head that when I was 8 years old, I decided I wanted to be a comedian. No one's at the open mic comedy clubs. No one was there when I was getting my fucking face booed off. No one was there when I was Tim Young and then got transformed into Black Ass Tim. No one was there. And as much as you think you might be there because you watch the specials and you watch the YouTube and you've got your Club Shays of the world, you don't know shit. People are stealing jokes all the time. Get that fucking out of your head. People are stealing jokes all the time. I'm actually in a situation right now where somebody thinks that I stole a joke from them. It's somebody I opened up for. They think that I stole a joke from them when I have a record of me telling the joke first. And in actuality, he took the joke from me, but he's a bigger star. He's a bigger celebrity. People are going to hear that joke first from him before they hear it from me just because he's seen more. And going back and forth with him because he's a fucking legend is not an option. So I just got to deal. I got to swallow that shit. So I got to figure that out. You gotta swallow that shit. Sometimes, what you guys might not understand is you see a premise. Like when we come out on stage and we say things like, fuck them kids. You can't, everybody's saying fuck them kids. That's a premise. How you fuck them kids is a whole different thing. Hopefully that felt wrong when I said it. But you gotta take all that into context. I know for a fact I did not steal that joke. His road manager was like, oh, no, that's DC's joke. I know the time. I know exactly when I said it. I know what happened. But like I said, there are rules to this game and you got to shut the fuck up sometimes. And now I can never tell that joke. And it was a good joke. I followed all the rules that he had given me. I listen to my older comedians, people who've been in the game for over 20, 30 years. I'm always dissecting. I'm always trying to drink and eat everything that they can put out. Even the most insignificant information can be used to make you a better comedian. So that being said, Katt Williams was phenomenal. Now, if you don't know anything about comedy, you don't appreciate it because you're under the impression that we're rappers. We're not rappers. Comedy beef is different. Yes, we fight. And the worst thing you can do is fight a comedian. You got two types of comedians. When they fight, you got the comedians that ain't never been in a fight in their fucking life. And all they can do is talk shit. And then that's like watching two NBA players fight. Them niggas just swinging and ain't nobody getting hit. It's real soft and angry for no goddamn reason. Lots of tussling, but no actual blows getting thrown. Because most niggas have never really actually hit a man in their face. Like you ain't never been punched in the face or you ain't never punched nobody in the face. It's hard to receive that and deliver it. So you just, And then you got the other comedians, other comedians who came to comedy with nothing, nigga. Nothing. It was prison, drugs, failed career, failed marriage. Something forced them to go to comedy. The streets wasn't having it. And niggas was like, you funny. And you can cultivate that, I believe, I think Ali Sadiq is probably a fantastic example of that. It's just finding your way. Comedy is a savior. And a lot of comedians, they all have the same story. Same premise, different stories. We all got the same premise. We've all been through some shit. We've all been hurt. We've all had to fix something, or we've all had to forget something that was dire to the moral character that we hold today. And that, is how comedians are born. Comedians are born through struggle, through observance, through wittiness. You'd be surprised, but a lot of the comedians that you see today were bullied in high school and middle school. Everybody Hates Chris is a depiction of that nigga's story, The nigga gets slapped by Will Smith. You don't think he got slapped around in middle school? Like, it's not that crazy. And then, of course, you have the other side of things where niggas used to just be bullies. You got your TK Kirklands of the world or your Steve Browns of the world who was out here whooping ass and taking names, nigga. So everybody's journey to comedy is their own. How you interpret that information, how you drink of it. Some people end up being just straight joke tellers. Some people are storytellers. You find that your best in the game are usually storytellers, people who can draw you in while you feel so personal. That's why you civilians, you feel so connected to this world we call jokes. what you saw Katt Williams do for Club Shay, one, you saw that Shannon Sharp clearly shops at Temu. Nigga, what is up with that goddamn khaki leggings bodysuit you had on? Nigga. You know you can't tell a nigga with muscles shit, boy. As soon as a nigga got muscles, don't none of his shirts fit. How the fuck does that work? That you was at the gym and you didn't pass a store with an extra large. How, nigga? So, it's funny how those things end up working out because life tends to flip. I've been in a room with Katt Williams. That nigga never shuts the fuck up. Ever. Like it's hilarious because he's such a powerful human being. But he's figured out the algorithm. Dave Chappelle figured out the algorithm. Put it like this. That YouTube interview was so huge that no one is talking about the Dave Chappelle special that just came out on Netflix. Mind you, I enjoyed it. I can see why some people said it wasn't his best, but, you know, beating a trans horse to death, I guess is the best way to say it. I find it funny because I like the way that Dave Chappelle is connecting all of his jokes into one long thing. He is an advocate for people who aren't allowed to say anything. Dave Chappelle doesn't give a fuck. He can go to fucking Ohio, live on his farm, and never see any of us again and be perfectly fucking fine. But the narrative that a group of men, a group of whites, even more specifically, have decided that they're not only going to receive their rights, but they're going to demand them by any means necessary, all while the black man gets murdered in the streets day by day, is a narrative that I support. So it's hard not to be jealous. It's hard not to be angry. So, and yes, I have trans friends who I care for a great deal. And they know how I feel, and I know how they feel. And I fuck it up sometimes. And I'm like, hey, man, when I should be like, hey, lady. So, you got to give me some time to catch up. But in actuality, I enjoyed the special. Katt Williams got on there and said he didn't have anything to sell. You must be out of your fucking mind. This man within 2 days racked up 12 million views. He didn't even come out with a comedy special. He did his comedy special on Club Shay. And of course, Mark Curry, being a victim of a joke stealer, Steve Harvey. I mean, honestly, he put everybody except DL. Well, let me not even say that. I mean, honestly, he just put Steve Harvey and Cedric the Entertainer on blast. Bernie was too good and too real. And DL, as accomplished as he is, DL doesn't really have material worth stealing, and I've never seen him. He does a lot of crowd work. I feel like his commentary politically and socially, it has been more of his case in the past decade. DL was king of comedy, a Comic View host. His place in comedy, acquiring a Emmy-nominated sitcom. I don't think he won. I believe he was just nominated. But He's no scrub, man. He's no scrub. And it's hard for people to kind of figure out how they want to interpret this. But these are jokes, man. Now, everybody wants to have beef. Beef, beef, beef. Everybody wants beef. It's like the silliest, stupidest shit I've ever heard of in my life with this beef shit. Beef is cultivated by you, the consumer. Beef is something that Katt Williams started, and he knew he was starting it. This man got on, not national TV. He didn't book a special with Netflix or HBO or Showtime. He didn't do any of those things. He was invited, probably paid. He was probably paid a little bit. I don't know if you know how this YouTube shit works, but it costs, especially with the quality of production and things like that. It costs. So I would be remiss, or I would truly doubt that Katt Williams, in his appearance on Club Shay, which is a stupid thing to say. It's Shannon Sharp's YouTube channel. I don't like saying Club Shay. It's gay. I don't like it. But I have no doubt that Katt Williams, with his confidence, went to that show and was like, hey, if you guys have more than, I don't know, 10 million views, you know, I want to taste. Because they're already collecting. Listen, he's no scrub. He's going to get his. Every time I've talked to a comedian, I've heard them speak about how Katt was so giving. How Katt was so generous. Hard to work with. Hard to work with now. You know. He wants it done the way he wants it done, which is not fucking crazy if you're paying for everything. It's not crazy to want things exactly how you want them if you're paying for stuff. The Kevin Harts of the world are necessary. We gotta have those. That drives people. The Steve Harveys of the world, that drives people. Man, he blew my fucking mind. He really did. He blew my mind. You'll be surprised what a person takes with them when they're on their journey. People can be downtrodden. You can be told no. In entertainment, all you get told is no. That's all they're telling you is no. No, 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 no. Your job in entertainment is to power through the no's and find the best way to get that yes. And maybe it's not the yes you want, but it's the yes you need. So, I was heartbroken when that nigga said Steve Harvey wasn't homeless. I've been using that homeless shit as an inspiration. I'm like, look how far Steve Harvey has come. And, you know, not to get into too much detail, but my circles and my years have been dark. There are times when you look up from this microphone and you're not aware of the next place you're going to be, whether it is laying your head or career-wise or any of those things. So when you get into those modes, it's good to see a Steve Harvey in a wrinkled suit in 1990. And his suits used to be wrinkled for real, so his suits, you watch an old Steve Harvey, them suits used to look like they was balled up in a goddamn fanny pack, and he snatched them hoes out to perform. Like, if you look at it, the narrative seems all right. And I'm going to tell you like this. I looked at that and I said, that's inspirational. I'm one of those people that looks at struggle and I'm like, that's going to motivate me. You tell me no, that's just going to push me harder. That's how I roll. So when I heard the Steve Harvey show, the Steve Harvey homeless truth, I was a little upset. And then, of course, I did my own research because as much as Katt was telling the truth, there were a lot of situations where some of the things were fictitious. It is not my place to say. And I only know this by talking to older comedians who have been in the game longer than me. Like I said, I met Katt Williams once. And I was thoroughly impressed. But I was in a room of very impressive people. And sometimes when you're in these rooms and you don't get settled, it's hard sometimes to get settled into these rooms of millionaires and accomplishments and laughter and jokes and character and charisma. And it took me a while to understand that I wouldn't be in this room if I wasn't supposed to be here. I'm in this room for a reason. So I appreciate that. And it can be daunting. It can be frightening. Katt was in all of these rooms. I've been told by more than a few older comedians, especially of that Comic View era, that wearing a dress shit is whack. But I'm also, in an apartment in the hood with bars on my window. So if somebody told me to wear a dress right now, yes, I would say no, but I would regret it. Because $20 million right now sounds fucking amazing. And you really gotta fucking comprehend the magnitude of somebody coming up to you and saying, for one thing, you can make this much money, but that makes you a side piece, nigga. So, integrity's everything. Integrity's everything. And I know you might not think that we have integrity because we make dick jokes and we talk about eating butt. And I don't know, I'm trying to find all the worst things that comedians talk about. We talk about everything. So you feel connected to us. And thank you for that connection. But in reality, man, we don't give a fuck. And Katt Williams was making a promo for his next show. And by the way, most of his shows are on Groupon. Some people think that's a bad move. I don't. I want them seats up there at the top seats, them seats up there by the right hand of God. I want those seats filled too. So fill them all up, motherfucker. But don't get too intertwined. Don't get too entwined in this Katt Williams situation. This is entertainment 101. This is comedy promotion marketing 101. The man is not slow. There are about 4 comedy specials out right now. Joe Coy just hosted the Golden Globes. No one gives a fuck. Because Katt Williams is Katt Williams. And love it or hate it, you got to appreciate it, man. And that's that. I'll talk more about it, man. I'm getting a little long-winded and losing my space. But tune in, lock in, share, like, subscribe. Be sure to get it done. I got to open up a fucking TikTok account or kids won't like me. So let me hurry up and do that. But thank you for tuning in. Tim is funny on Instagram. Tim's got a comedy show? No, Tim's got a YouTube channel. Tim's got a comedy show is another promotion. Oh shit. See, that's how that's how the omelets get made right there. You see that? You just went, that's the fourth wall right there is what you just saw. So, but Tim's got a YouTube channel. Tim is funny, and I think Black Ass Tim on TikTok, but we're going to figure that out. Y'all have a good one. We'll see you soon.